All right, guys, we're starting a new math unit today. Lesson 8.1. And it's called Measure to the Nearest 1/4 inch. And a lot of people call it quarter inch. And you've heard quarter hour. You know there are 4 quarters in a dollar. So a quarter inch is a fourth of the whole inch. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I know that you've gotten really good at fractions on a number line, and this is somewhat the same thing. Okay, so what you do is you have a ruler, okay, and you know, well, rulers don't have arrows, Mrs. Frank. Okay, so you have your 0 at the end of your ruler. And let's say this is 1 inch right here. Okay, so you already know how to divide an inch into fourths or a whole into 4 parts. That's what 1/4 of an inch is. Okay, so if we have dividing this into fourths, I always do half first, and then I do half of the half, and that's how I got 4 parts. Now on a ruler, let me fix this a little bit. You'll notice that the whole inches, the whole numbers, have the longest line. And so the next one would be a long line for 2. Then the next longest line is the 1/2 inch. And then the next longest line, or the next longest, we wouldn't say next shortest, is the 1/4 inch, because look at 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So this is 1/4 inch, this is 2/4, just like 3/4, and 4/4 is the same as 1. We also learned, because 3rd graders know how to measure to the 1/2 inch. The reason you will need to know this is because let's say you have an object that you're measuring, and this is your ruler, and here's 0, here's 1. I'll put 2 here and 3 about here. So pretend this is your ruler. You're going to know that the halfway mark is the 1/2 inch. Oh, I'm going bigger than your 1 inch, okay, and your 1/4 inch or your 1/4 mark is between each one of those. So that's what your ruler looks like. So you have the longest line most of the time, not at the 0, but at the 1. Next longest is here, and then you get shorter here. I know my lines aren't very equal, but when you're measuring an item, and I saw this on YouTube when I was looking for a good video for you. When you're measuring an item like this, you start at the 0, okay, and I see that it's going to right here, right in this spot. And the trick the person said was you mark how far it goes, go straight down on your ruler and mark it, and then keep that line going down and hook it back and point to the last hole you had. Because this one isn't getting to the 2. So the last hole we had was 1. So we know our fraction is going to be 1, and we know these are 1/4 inches. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 3/4. I thought that little hook was a good idea. So when you're measuring an object, hold it up, mark the end of it, and pull the line down and make a hook to the last whole number that you had. Okay? Well, hopefully this won't be too tricky for you. We have Math Journal page 252 now. We might end up being a little different because we might have all different rulers, but you do your best. It says ruler D. You do not have ruler D, so you're going to have to use a regular ruler at home. or a tape measure will be fine too. You're going to want it to have all those little marks on it. Okay? Because you need to measure to the nearest 1/4 inch. And your parents are really awesome at that too. Okay? Then your next part of your assignment is math boxes 254. You're going to do some measuring. Oh, looks like you have to do parentheses first here. Okay. Greater distance, some time. And explain how you used your fraction tools or drawings in problem 3 to compare this. So remember, your fraction tools are your circles, your fraction strips, and a number line. So you should be talking about which tool that you used in your thinking for number 3. Okay, so your assignment today is 252 and 254 in your math journal. Okay, thank you.